Today is the Monday, May 4th reopening report, but it's similar. We'll follow the same pattern that we've followed in the past. So thank you for joining us again. Referencing Johns Hopkins University for our statistics. So as of noon today, May 4th, United States went from 1,138,000 to like 1,166,083. So a percentage change of 2.4%. The Kansas deaths are at 136. And in Sedgwick County, we had positive tests yesterday at 426, and today they are 436, increase of 10, which is 2.3%. Our neighboring counties, Harvey is at 8, Butler is 16, Cowley's at 2, Sumner's at 4, and Reno County is now 40. So of the Sedgwick County 436 cases, 237 have totally recovered, which is over half. And the death, there's been 13 deaths. Just a reminder that a person is considered recovered 72 hours after symptoms stop or 7 days after symptoms start, whichever is longer. KDHE reports that more than 4,700 residents have been tested. Today, our health department in Sedgwick County sampled 138. If you recall that last week we've been talking about having up to 100 tested, and so we hadn't had that yet, but today we've over 138. Residents can still be tested at no cost if they have at least 2 symptoms. There are no restrictions on age or underlying conditions. Again, reminding, thank you, United Way of the Plains, to call 211 if you think you should be tested, and general questions can still be directed to the United Way of the Plains 211. Current orders in place. As you all are aware, the Phase 1 of the governor's plan to reopen the state began this morning at 12:01 a.m. There's certain businesses and organizations are allowed to reopen in Sedgwick County if they follow social distancing and the hygiene standards set by the governor's order. I would encourage that you can go to 2 places. Go to sedgwickcounty.org, and right when you get to the first page right there, it jumps out at you that you can click to see what the orders are, what the guidelines for businesses, organizations are, and for the governor's order. So, commissioners last Friday, we decided to follow the governor's order as is. So we asked that all questions and clarifications about the order be directed at this point still to the governor's office, 785-368-8500, 785-368-8500. We're asking that please don't call 911 for questions or concerns about the executive order. You can also go to the governor's website. The state website is COVID, C-O-V-I-D, covid.ks.gov. And I've been on it a few times. It's wonderful and easy to navigate, and you can get a lot of the questions, frequent asked questions, answered there. Sedgwick County, we're working to reopen our county facilities. A majority of them are still closed. The primary facilities that remain open but have limited access are the main courthouse here at 525 North Main, the juvenile courthouse at 1900 East Morris. Access will be available for the 18th judicial court functions and attorneys. Public safety and mental health services such as ComCare's Community Crisis Center will remain operational. Again, residents who wish to do business with the county and departments closed to the public, such as appraiser's office or the planning commission, may conduct their business by phone, email, or by appointment only. And lastly, due to we still have to follow the rules related to budget hearings annually, and we push them back, but we're going to start them up later this week and early next week. So those are back-to-back meetings, budget meetings with each department, And so we were going to suspend the daily briefing videos from this Wednesday through next Tuesday, the 12th. We will still be releasing this information written, but we would not have the daily briefings we've been doing. Of course, if something crazy happens, I'll work to make sure that somebody will be able to be available.
Hey, Pete, Jacob Albrecht over at KWH. Real quick question, just because we've had a lot of questions, and this may be a state question. Do you know if tag offices and license offices are opening back up in this phase one? Are they around here?
Our tag office is not, they've been open. Yeah, the tag office has been open. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Rachel from KSN, a question about unemployment. Estimates now that we're at 20 to 24% unemployment here in Sedgwick County, even though we are reopening and getting closer to normal. What will it take for us to be able to recover from that number, and what is the county doing, or what can the county do to be proactive to help with that unemployment number?
Well, obviously, this first step of reopening retail and restaurant is a positive step, and some of the shops that can be open. It's no secret we got a double whammy when just when we were, as a result of the max, and then we're trying to train and roll out there, and then we had this happen. So I think our community's been hit double hard. I know that the Wichita Partnership, along with the City of Wichita and us and the major employers, are working very hard to repurpose and revamp and retrain to get people back to work. So our focus is a lot on that to try to do that.
Hey, Pete, Greg at Cake.
Hi,
Do you
Greg.
guys know anything about a number of cases at Park West Plaza? We got a call saying they knew of 7 positive cases there with one person who have died. They were worried that it may be another cluster in the county.
Well, Greg, we're aware of some items, but the main thing that we're aware of is right away is when these things are getting looked at. Is there any immediate danger any immediate danger to the public if the public's exposed? And the good news is there's no public danger at that facility. And I think it's actually not. I don't think it's the West Park. I think it's their. I forget the name of the place that might be in the back. It's one of their treatment centers, I believe, but I don't know for sure. They're getting all that together.
Pete, Jacob of KWH, are hospitalization rates still fine? I know they don't get released in the numbers, but that's an important one. Are they still staying the same, staying low?
Yes, they are staying low, and they are ready. And I believe this week they're announcing. Well, maybe they announced it Friday, but they're going to even go into selective surgeries, and they want to encourage again. If anybody's feeling, if you don't delay your pain, or if you've got some serious health issues, please don't avoid. You need to call your doctor or go to the emergency room, because there's more activity going on that's non-COVID than the COVID activity. So but sometimes when they get there, it's too late. That's what's happened a couple of times for sure.
Pete, Deborah with KMUW. Can you tell me how many calls did the county get regarding the reopening order?
Ooh, calls, emails. I could tell you the reopening order Thursday night. It was in the evening when the governor announced it, so it was 7:00, and I know my my cell phone and I think all the other commissioners and some of our staff. It was very, very busy that night. And even then, of course, we met at 10:00 Friday morning. And even that morning, 'cause there was a lot of confusion about, they basically, the two things that were the most confusing was what does the 10-person gathering mean? A lot of people thought, well, that's no good. We still can't do anything. And we had to kind of get that message out. And then the other one was they didn't know if they could be open or not. And I think the governor, maybe it could have been explained a little better, but if your industry or your service was not on that list of 8 or 10 or whatever it was, that could not be open, and that meant you could be open. So those were the two. There's a lot of assumptions going on in that time between 7 o'clock at night, Thursday to 10 o'clock. God, was, I don't know, hundreds probably for me, which probably means hundred or so plus for the other commissioners. So probably good 3, 4, 500 inquiries.
Pete, it's Kirk Seminoff from the Biz Journal. Can you talk about what sectors or industries are most vociferous in their complaints?
I don't want to be. Seemed like the cosmetology, maybe the hair industry, and then another one that was surprising. We had the dental hygienist, a lot of dental people, and then after that, it really was a kind of cross section. But I would say mainly the hairdressing industry, and then hygienist, dental.
But dentists can go back to normal work now, correct? Hygienists,
Correct.
people can
Yes.
teeth cleaned. Okay.
Yes. And we've had some people also, businesses are, I think you're seeing the signs around town that maybe they posted Sunday, they're going to open Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. So nobody had to be open this morning, but a lot of them did. So it's up to them.
Angela from KWCH, and we've heard about some youth organizations going ahead with some practicing, and we saw that kind of wasn't under phase one, and we know you all had talked about enforcement or lack of enforcement or not enforcing. Are you all doing anything with that, or is it just something if they do it and you just hope everybody stays well?
Well, I think some of the youth sports that's going on right now is more, from what I've heard and actually saw, one is a little bit of just a playground practicing, kind of spread out and hitting balls around, playing catch, things like that, which I'm not sure that we can enforce something like that. If it's a full scale, there had not been any full scale tournaments or big games. That the groups that are doing that have sent us emails and their guidelines, what they plan to do to spread out, especially in baseball dugouts. And I think one group said we're going to tell the kids when we're up to bat they can sit with their parents, and so I think they've got some, just like a lot of the other industries. They're very concerned. They don't want to have a problem. Or I think if I follow what the chief says in our sheriff's department, chief police and the sheriff. They just want to, we want to avoid the real big mass gatherings, if there was a violation, and really they would be, although it could issue a ticket if they needed to, but it's going to be education, I believe. And again, if you recall, we're in day one of hopefully 14. So 2 weeks from today, those mass gatherings go to 30, and a lot of industries are open. So we're in a short time frame. This isn't permanency.
We've also heard about more deaths related to the Chisholm memory care facility. Can you speak to that, or if they've had additional deaths at that facility?
I don't know that we've had any there. I don't think we have. We were at 13 on Saturday, I believe, and it stayed at 13 today. I don't know for sure. I couldn't answer that.
Chance with the Eagle here.
Hi, Chance.
Hi. You'd mentioned the giving out the governor's number earlier. Is that where Sedgwick County is now directing residents of Sedgwick County to seek further and additional information on the reopening strategy?
Well, I don't want to, and I don't want to encourage that. This isn't a pass the buck. We wanted to release that number because they do own the order, and the governor and her staff, and I've been in contact with their staff, and they're doing a fantastic job. And so there are some clarification issues that people have. Our attorneys evaluate the question themselves and reach out to them to try to get clarification. But the real, and they were okay with this number to be released so they can answer any questions. So it's really more of a get the facts from from the real department, but we're working with them too. So thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Have a safe day. Enjoy the day if it's open and we're open for business.